All right, welcome back. Another great day in crypto. We got a lot to talk about. We have two major inflection points to cryptocurrency that are about to take place. And when it does, those two things are going to set this market off like we've never seen. And a letter from the head of the OCC, Brian Brooks, to the SEC and FINRA. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradley above at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today. Feet planted firmly on the ground at 56 cents solid this morning. And let's go ahead and get right into the news because, like I said, before you get out of here today, you're going to find out about these two major inflection points. And once they're in place, it is going to set this market off. So Michael Val 5Link, shout out to you, my friend. Robinhood has chosen Goldman Sachs to lead the way for initial stock offering, which could come in 2021 and value the trading app firm at more than $20 billion. People familiar with the matter told New York Post. Whoa. First of all, shout out to Robinhood for bringing the heat, $20 million valuation there. Whoa, that's massive. And then looking here and remembering and reminding everybody, one, if you guys haven't downloaded the free app and joined this Link2 community, you are absolutely missing out. Do not miss out. They actually were selling Robinhood before Robinhood is making their way to go public here. So if you want to know what the up and coming companies are, the picks and shovels out here in this space, oh my, Link2 is the one. You do have to be an accredited investor to buy private equity with Link2, but you do not have to be an accredited investor to be a part of that community. There's a conference going on right now. Catch the last day of that conference later today. Go join that community and get that app. All right, let's keep it going here. So this is enormous right here. And we are about to look at several different banks around the world that are jumping into crypto, and it's happening all at the same time. Coincidence? Oh, I don't think so. Looky here. Shout out to Brian Kerr from Kava Labs. Kava Labs having a roundtable discussion with Sharon Miller, Bank of America. Yeah. How about that? Now, wait a minute. It wasn't that long ago. We heard all of this decentralized finance and decentralized cryptocurrencies. They're evil. Pirates use them. It's not good. Wait, look, let's just unfold the rest of this. And shout out to Brian Kerr because DeFi's decentralized finance is going to end up being a bigger, larger size part of the market than crypto itself. Write it down. Don't believe it. It's still true. Let's take a look here. BBVA will launch Bitcoin purchase, sales, and custody services this January. Yeah, that's happening. This to me is pretty remarkable when you think of it. Look, these things are happening around the world. Let's keep going. FX Coin to provide Japan's first XRP Ripple-based trading service. How about that? We go all the way down here to the bottom and look what it says. As you know, BTC has slow settlement times and fees are not cheap. With that in mind, it is far more rational to use the pairing of XRP, which has the fastest settlement times and overwhelmingly low fees on the right side, that is. XRP is the settlement currency. If you just exchange BTC and XRP, it may seem that economic effect will be the same for both XRP BTC and BTC XRP, but in fact, pricing based on BTC XRP and XRP is cryptographic. It is more rational to use XRP for settlement between assets. This little point of discovery right here, which has been known by SBI and everyone over in that consortium for a long time, is going to be talked about. This is one of the inflection points. It's called real use case utility. Write that down, because this is about to be an effect that is going to ripple. Didn't I? This is going to ripple across the world in the finance industry because of that fact right there. Let's keep it going because it doesn't stop. Here we get it from Mr. C, Singapore's DBS Bank to launch digital currency exchange, one of the largest banks in the Southeast Asian region, if not the entire region, or not the largest actually. So Piyush Gupta, I covered this yesterday, but again, look at this. BBVA, Bank of America, having a roundtable with Brian Kerr from Kava Labs on DeFi. We know that there's a letter that's been written we're about to take a look at here in a second from the OCC to the SEC and FINRA. We see Singapore's biggest bank in the South Asian market, I believe, now getting the cryptocurrency market and launching their own exchange. The world is jumping in, and now they're saying that Ripple could be a Brexit trade solution, talking about a bridge currency between Brexit and the rest of the EU, right? I mean, all of this stuff is where we're going. And really quickly here, if you could, it is about all the money, right? It is. You don't have to believe it, but it's still true. It is about all the money. The example of Brexit in the EU and everywhere else in the world, and Ripple being XRP specifically being a solution between all the money. That's what this is about. It's not about a one world currency as much as it's about a bridge currency for the world. That's what we're talking about here. So ultimate end goal is that's where we're going. Then we see FX Coin, notice of start of XRP-based trading in the first time in Japan. We did cover that, but I just want to point this out, how big this is all the way around. SIX and SBI Digital Assets Holdings announced plans for Singapore-based joint exchange. And then we keep moving here, ready to go. This is the real deal. That was the DBS news. And shout out to DJ Peter Vass on that as well. But then we come back to the United States after seeing everything happen in Singapore and Japan and BBVA and Bank of America roundtables, and we know that Kraken's already got a banking license. Well, now BitPay has filed to become a national bank in the U.S. This is why you end up writing a letter to the SEC and FINRA, right? Because they don't stop coming. And here's the letter, right? And the letter's very short, but I'm not going to have to read it to you because you get the gist of it. They're urging these two agencies to really deal with the issue of broker-dealer custody of digital securities, and for FINRA to approve the broker-dealer applications that meet those requirements. So at the end of the day, this is what this is. And this is what they see. This is what Brian Brooks and the Congress people that have signed on to this, it's the normal lineup, right? It's, DeSoto, it's Davidson and Emmer and those, so when you look at this, what I see out of this is very telling. Out of the 8 agencies that everyone talks about and the clutter of, this agency sees it as a security, this one sees it as a commodity, this one sees it as currency. When you look at this, it looks like it comes down to 2 agencies here. It's the SEC and FINRA. If there was more involved that needed to kick this logjam open, I think this letter would include them. So now we're down to it. The SEC and FINRA. That's what we need, according to Brian Brooks and the congressmen and women that are a part of this movement here. So I'm going to close this so we don't have to read it. You get the gist of it. We need to open it up for broker-dealer's license. Now, here's the other impending actions that are happening that are going to tell me that this is going to get where we need it to be. Because look at this. A new report says institutional investors pumped $429 million into cryptos and cryptocurrency funds in the week ending December 7th. The figure, which is the second highest on record, pushes to the total value of assets under management to an all-time peak of $15 billion. Last week, $429 million came rushing into crypto from institutional investors alone. See why they wrote the letter? See, this isn't stopping. The money is just flooding into this space, and it's nothing compared to what it's going to be once they get the clarity. And the clarity is coming. Brian Brooks has told us the clarity is coming 6 to 8 weeks. Sharma, who reportedly manages some of USD 20 billion in assets under management, also added that the dollar's reign is likely to end when the rest of the world starts losing confidence that the United States can keep paying its bills. If you didn't want any more evidence that crypto is coming, this is it right here, right? I mean, look at the impending doom that people are looking to move their money into a safe place. Like I said, 2 major inflection points. One is regulation, and the other one is use case utility. And with the weakening dollar, you can bet your bottom dollar that they're going to find the assets in the digital currency space that have use case utility. And here's more incentive pressure from around the world. China preparing to wow the world with the digital yuan at the Winter Olympics in 2022. Oh, yeah. There's no choice here. You see the banks around the world getting into the crypto game. This isn't just crypto exchanges. These are DBS, right? This is all the Bank of America's obviously leaning in very heavily, right? All of this is happening, and they realize that there is incentive pressure here from places like China that are pushing this on forward. And China knows they're out front currently right now. And I don't think that'll be for much longer, because I believe that the regulatory agencies, and I believe, Congress broadly, is starting to figure out that we need to be at the front of this pack and not at the back. So that is going to be interesting to watch here. So, all right, moving on. Don't forget that the G7 is in agreement with all of us. They have strongly supported the need to regulate cryptocurrencies because they know what we know. It's one of the major inflection points. Get us that last bit of clarity we need, and the money will begin to pour into this space, because the regulatory clarity, honestly, and then the second inflection point, which is use case utility, is going to be massive in this space. And I make no joke when I say this, but it will be it will be as big an inflection point for this space, and honestly, even bigger than it was for the birth of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin took time to show the world what the technology could do, what this thing is, what this tech is. And then we've seen an entire asset class born of over 7,000 assets, of which the world doesn't need 7,000 because there isn't 7,000 use cases. But the truth is that's where the next real inflection point kicks in. Because once we have the regulation, you're going to see use case utility define the entire market. The entire market. There's no question about that. And thinking about that notion, we look at this from Michael Val 5 links here. Many people might not be so aware that there is a blockchain that was created pretty much for this exact purpose and does it extremely well. It's the XRP ledger, issuing assets on the XRP ledger for Ethereum developers. Combine that with the Flare networks and everything that they're doing, and I think what you have are 3 solid protocols between the XRP ledger, the Ethereum network, and the Flare networks. And I think you have some of the first protocols that are accepted by the world for the Internet of Value and the new financial payment rails. These are payment systems. And I think broadly across the world, these payment systems will show the world that they function, they can work, they have been functioning. And I think they will be adopted broadly in many, many different areas of use case. And it will truly help to shape and define the market. It's not financial advice. It's just my perspective. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Share with somebody you know, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. I use all those products and services, and I can tell you right now, they are trusted links. There's a lot of scams going on out here. Be careful what you click on in your email. Never give anyone your private keys or your private passwords to anything. And make sure if you have a problem with anybody contacting you and it looks real and you're not sure, reach out personally in your own thread to your exchange or whoever that is, or ledger, hardware wallet, whatever that is. Make that connection. Remember, I will never reach out and sell anything directly to you or hand out a phone number. So be very careful with what you click on. I will catch all of you on the next one.